it took me a minute to figure out what I necessarily wanted to do for this video. So I decided to go something with along the lines of what I want to go to school for and something more recent that I became nerdy at, which is computers. Now, me being a gamer, I'm not just gonna build just some really low like rated computer or something really slow. I want to build like this massive computer that can run like any game I want. I'm talking about like if the game is like 100 gigabytes, needs all the best graphics. I want that type of computer. Now, obviously, there's a lot of money that's going to be put into that, but that's why it's not going to be a project for now. It's going to be a project for later down the road when I definitely have the money to afford it. So, think about the computers. The main component is with all these new games coming out, these new next generation stuff. You need a really good graphics card. If you want to go cheap, you get one that can at least run 1080p. But if you want to go what most games can really run with, it's 4K. 4K is like the best. There is 8K, but 8K is so hard to get. I mean, it is so expensive. And then I also need to get a good CPU, a good processing unit, so everything will be able to run well. I need to get a lot of RAM, which is the computer's memory, where anything you have saved on there, any like for games, for instance, if you want to save or where you are in a game and stuff, it's going to take a lot of space, so you're going to need a lot of RAM. I also have my main storage unit, which I'm going to need a lot of that because games nowadays are huge, like in terms of gigabytes. I can talk about 80 to 120, maybe even more gigabytes. And then one key component that a lot of people overlook is the cooling system. If I wanted to spend big money on a cooling system, I'd buy a liquid cooling system because it also looks really cool, but it is so expensive. So I plan on just buying regular old fans for the computer. Most people buy just two, but if they really want to put the money into it and still be cheaper than a liquid cooling system, they would buy like maybe four. Sometimes they buy just two really beefy fans, which I have no problem with that. But also, you have to realize there's only a certain amount of space that you can put in that box for your PC. And also, you need a good motherboard, which is what everything talks, how everybody talks and communicates with each other. But in the end, I just want this massive computer, just mainly for games, but obviously I'm going to use it for other stuff.